Hi, this is Matt Marchant, and I'd like to talk again about anger. In this video, I'd like to talk about the difference between a reaction and a response to anger and how we can start the process of turning a reaction into a response. So first, let me say this. As with my other videos, I believe that anger is a natural human emotion. I don't believe it to be bad or good. It just is an emotion. If you'd like, you can watch some of the other videos that I have out there too on the myths of anger. That being said, I think it is very human to react. What we're trying to do, or what I should say, what I'm trying to do is change my reaction into a response. Now, in doing this, it's similar to the AAA of anger, where we're going through and we're trying to understand our anger. Turning a reaction into a response can take time. It can be simple. It can happen fairly quickly, or it can take hours, days, weeks, maybe even years, right? So this is just something that I'm continuing to learn, and I'm just sharing with you. So first, let me give you a very simple definition. This is my definition of what a reaction is. A reaction is to act without awareness. A reaction is you put your hand on a hot flame. What happens? You pull it back. You don't sit there and think about it and go, what's happening right now? What should I do? What's the temperature of this flame? Blah, blah, blah. You just react. There's no awareness, meaning no conscious awareness. There's no thought process that's going through. You just react. And I think for most of us, myself, I really include myself in this, is that we tend to just react. I'll give you an example. You're driving down, somebody cuts you off. What's your first reaction? Yell something, wave a certain finger, honk the horn, say something. That's just a reaction. It's happening without awareness. That's just a simple definition. Again, my definition. Next, a response would be, again, my definition, to act with awareness. So now we've taken a reaction, I'm just acting without consciously thinking through, and now responding, I'm thinking through, I have more awareness on how I'm going to act. Both are actions, one's done without awareness, one is done with awareness. So, it's my belief that what we're going to try to do, or what I'm going to try to do in regards to my own anger, and again, I'm just sharing this with you, I want to take my reactions and see if I can change those into a response. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the same kind of AAA acronym here, but just the A's represent something different, as in my last video when I talked about AAA, your anger. First, I'm going to become aware. So all that really means is, first I have to recognize what my reactive pattern is. And for the sake of this video, I can't really get into too much how you would do that, but there are some exercises and techniques that we can do to become aware of, or more aware of, our reactive patterns. What that means is, most likely, how are you going to react to someone's behavior that creates some sort of anger within you. The four typical responses are fight, flight, freeze, or facade. And it's my opinion that this reactive behavior was created a long time ago, perhaps in how you dealt with your mother's, father's own behavior. So anyways, first is taking a look at what is my reactive behavior, and how am I going to stereotypically, or how am I going to what's my MO of reactive behaviors, to become aware of it, so that next time when something happens and you react, you're just quicker and quicker to be aware of that. Next one, articulate what you see. So what that means to me is this. First, I become aware. I go, okay, I know what my reactive behavior is. I reacted. I've become aware that I just reacted. Now I'm going to articulate what I see. First and always, it means to articulate to myself. This is what I see. So this is just a process that's going on up here. Okay, I see that I've done this, I reacted this way, da 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 da, whatever I can articulate to myself. Now, if I've reacted out in anger towards somebody, and if it's appropriate, I might need to articulate that to the person. Meaning I might need to come to that person, let's say, use an example. I think I used this example earlier in a class. I'm at work, I get to work, and Sally here is my secretary, and she was supposed to have this paperwork mailed out yesterday. I get in, Sally, is the paperwork mailed? And it's not. So I react, I yell, I scream, whatever it is, humiliate her, call her stupid. To become aware is I need to become aware that I reacted. Okay, hopefully that happens pretty quick, and it doesn't take a day, a week, a year to finally go, oh my gosh, I just reacted. Next is to articulate. I need to articulate to myself, what just happened? Where did that come from? How could I have done things differently? And I might need to go back to Sally and articulate that. And in that case, I would say it's probably pretty appropriate to go back and articulate, this is what I see, this is what I did, this is what happened. So that would be the second step of changing a reaction into a response. The third one is to make an adjustment for the future. So the third A, adjustment. Again, this can be, well, first it needs to be something that's happening within me, that I'm articulating to myself. I'm going, okay, how am I going to adjust for the future? What would I do differently? And thinking through that process. So next time this happens, because more than likely, you know, these things that are creating anger within us, whether it's somebody not showing up on time, not getting something in on time, somebody cutting you off driving. I mean, if you're going to choose to live in society and have some sort of interaction with other people, these things are going to continue to happen. So we need to make an adjustment for the future first up here and go, how am I going to do things differently? And again, if it's appropriate, I would say that to Sally. I would say, Sally, I've become aware of my reaction. Number one, aware. I'm now articulating, this is what I see that I did. And adjustment, this is what I would do differently, or this is what I'm going to do differently next time. So I think the main thing with turning a reaction into response is this. We are all going to have a reaction. Don't beat yourself up over having a reaction. I believe the goal of humanity is to just become more aware and just to change because of this awareness. So in recapping, I'm aware, if I can remember, I articulate what I see and I adjust for the future. So again, have your reaction, don't react to your reaction, but create a response to that reaction. So in that example, I used something that I came and I said something to Sally. So let's use the same example. Let's say that nothing was said, because here's another way that anger can be stimulated. I'm supposed to meet Sally at a certain time, wherever this place and time is. And I get there and she never shows up. Just never shows up, is not there. Next time I see her, she doesn't say anything about it, but I'm angry. Okay? So what could be my reaction to that? Well, I know for me personally, and I would assume for a lot of people, it could be to be passive aggressive. Maybe next time we set something up, maybe I'll be late, or I won't show up, or I'll say something kind of under my breath, like, oh yeah, it would have been nice if you would have been there. That's a reaction, in my opinion. I'm not responding, I'm reacting in a passive aggressive way. So how could I take these 3 A's and turn this reaction into a response? Well, first I have to be aware of what's going on. Well, aware, 1, that I'm angry, and 2, I need to articulate what I see. And again, if appropriate, and in this example, I believe it would be appropriate, is to just articulate exactly what I see and what I feel to Sally. Sally, I was supposed to meet you at this time, at this place, you didn't show up. this is how I feel as a result of that. I take responsibility for it, and I think that's a key point. Taking responsibility for it, as opposed to going, you made me mad, I was there waiting for you, you'd never showed up. I think it's quite all right to feel angry, to feel disappointed, to feel let down, but I think it is also very important that we take responsibility for that. So, going back to those 3 A's, I'm aware of it, now I'm articulating it, okay? And possibly an adjustment of the future is, well, maybe next time, Sally, I might not be so inclined to meet up with you if you're just not going to show up. But I think that it's very important that we articulate things to other people, whether we have been the one to react overtly, like when I came in and yelled at Sally, or if if there's a possibility for me to react in a passive-aggressive way for something she didn't do. I think it's very important to articulate that to people. I think that is being very mature, and I think it's just being very adult to say, look, this is what I see, this is how I feel, I take ownership of it, I'm not projecting it out onto you, but this is what's going on within me. Anyways, these are the things that I continue to work on, and I will continue to work on them for a long time. These concepts are, again, they can seem simple. Yeah, just do these 3 A's and you've got it. And yeah, it can be simple, but I think these are processes that as we continue to work through, turning a reaction into response just happens quicker and quicker. Again, whether it happens in a minute, a day, a week, I think if we can put a goal to this, it's just that our awareness level just increases, and these things happen sooner and sooner. Anyways, these are things I'm working through. I hope that these concepts help you. Thank you for watching.